Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Walt Bayless here with you. I'm hoping that you can see me there. I can certainly see Pete up on the screen. Guys, if you're joining me, we'll wait for a few moments as other people are joining us. I know if you've ever been on any other webinars with us or with anybody else, everybody kind of drops their coffee and goes, "Oh my goodness, the webinar started." So we'll give everybody just a few seconds and give everybody ready there. I can see Pete drinking his coffee. Hopefully Mitch is there as well. Guys, I'll do a proper introduction to these gentlemen in just a few seconds. But look, around the world, it's midday in Australia on Tuesday morning. It's Pete joining us from Queensland is an hour behind. I always say that Queenslanders are a little bit behind, so you have to give him that. And Mitch is joining us as always from an exotic location somewhere around the world, where he wrestles crocodiles or alligators on a regular basis and jumps off cliffs and all that kind of cool stuff. But we'll get into that in just a second as well. So the reason that you're joining us, if you're here and you're coming on board for this webinar, is because I sent you an email over the last couple of days ago with a subject line that said something along the lines of, "Is it a miracle?" No, it's just really, really good software. And we're going to be talking about some things today that actually will blow your mind. I have been using the program that we're about to see on this webinar for the last 5 months, with the results being nothing short of astounding. I mentioned some key points in the emails if you've been reading those, and I'll go through those again. I've seen this particular software. Personally, I've experienced page 1 rankings in under 2 hours. I've watched this software generate so much business for a local business that their profit quadrupled. And I've even watched this software and been involved with this software as it's influenced an election. So we are going to see something astounding here. So for everybody that's joining us, again, I'll just let everybody flock in for a few minutes. If you're joining us here, make sure you've switched off Facebook. Just put the phone away for the next 60 minutes or so. Make sure that you haven't got any distractions. Turn off Skype because this is important. We're going to go through some different bits and pieces. Why are we here really? We're here for traffic, plain and simple. We're here for money, plain and simple. And we're here to make those things plain and simple. And what we're going to be talking about here is some advanced software that is not new in the market. So we're not guinea pigging here. We're going to be talking about a program that is literally changing the way that people market on every level. I was lucky enough to meet up personally with one of the gentlemen on the call, Mr. Peter Drew. Sat at his house, had a nice coffee there, and met his family, and we talked about some of his clients. One of which was a real estate agent who was bringing in so much business because of this software that their business had allowed them to expand their staff. They were bringing in new clients, and if you've had anything to do with real estate, I mean, commissions on a real estate sale can be $20,000 or $30,000 or $40,000 per one single commission. And that's the power of this software. So as we're about 3 minutes past the hour, let me do some proper introductions. And guys, thank you so much for joining me. For everybody that received the email, I think we had over 265 people register to watch this, and that means that you're trusting my judgment, which I really appreciate, and I won't let you down with that trust. If you've been a client or a customer of mine, you'll know that I work and recommend in the industry. I use what I recommend. I only talk about products that I'm personally involved with, and that's certainly the case here. We are fortunate enough to have a couple of gentlemen on the call with us today who are legendary in the sphere. I've met with both of these guys. I've sat, had meals, talked with, and become friends with both of the gentlemen on this call. And we have from Queensland, Australia, Mr. Peter Drew, who is widely known as the king of automated SEO software. Peter has developed programs over the last 10 years, I think, Pete, that have changed people's lives, changed people's marketing, ranked pages on sites faster than anybody can possibly imagine. And Pete is the penultimate software programmer. I've met his team. As I said, I flew out to Peter's house. We spent some time together, and I've seen his programming team, and these guys are just wizards working away. And so there's the real deal there. On the other side of the pond, we also have Mr. Mitch Carson. And to talk about Mitch has been in and around online presentations, presenting, getting in front of people, developing publicity for longer than I care to think. Mitch has spoken on stage to tens of thousands of people and has is a personal friend and influencer to some of the biggest names in personal development and in sales across the world. And I'm extremely pleased and privileged to call Mitch a friend. We met up in Orlando, spent some great time together, and have done a lot of business since. And these two guys are going to talk us through today this incredible software program and the results, more to the point, with case studies showing exactly every step of the way. And you guys are going to be in for a treat. So as I said, make sure you switch everything off and put the pen down. I'm doing the same thing. I've got my notepad right here, and I'm going to be taking notes because what I've been using this software for is a drop in the ocean. It's made me, I would say, somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000 in the last 5 months. And I'm going to be taking notes because, honestly, I want more. This program that we're going to be talking through is something that I use and use effectively. And as I said, I've seen and experienced this software having such ranking potential that it actually influences elections. Now, if it can do that for someone who's running a country, what can it do for you who wants to run an affiliate program, run a link, get sales, bring in people, do all that kind of stuff? And I'm telling you that you're in the right place at the right time. So it's now me to be quiet, sit down with my pen and paper. I'm going to be here, of course, answering any questions as they come through. But it is my great privilege and my honor to introduce you to Mr. Peter Drew, Carson.
Wow, well, that was quite an intro there, Walt. This is Mitch Carson, folks. I'm the one with the non-Australian accent that you'll hear from today. So I want to say this is a special group for a couple reasons. One, it's because the first webinar we were able to work with was with Walt's group several months ago, and it was quite successful because of the results that we created and were able to impress Walt with. And then since then, many of his clients have had tremendous life-changing results, and that's why he invited us back, because some people weren't able to be part of that original presentation that we gave. And most of your clients, or your following here, Walt, they're schooled about the value and effectiveness of Hangouts, video marketing, and the latest weapon that we're going to talk about today that some just aren't clued into because there's so much information going on, but it's an incredibly powerful tool that you're going to hear more and more about. It's called YouTube Live. So let's just go ahead and get started, and we're going to dig in. But before we do that, you said something in the intro which I hadn't heard, and I did write this down because I'm going to use it from this point forward because the results are so staggering, so stellar, so incredible and impressive that we could almost call it a miracle. And that's what you said. Is it a miracle? No, it's just really good software, and that's what we're going to reveal to you today. But I wrote that down, yeah, because I thought that was an outstanding revelatory statement that you made.
Do you know what, Mitch? You know me, Mitch. I've been in and around on online marketing for 5, 6, 7 years now, and you know, there's been automated software that's come across my desk many times. In fact, I own almost all of it. You know, I've paid lifetime licenses for different programs that are out there that are upwards of $5,000 and that kind of stuff, and all of them rely about a system that is no longer valid in Google. It's just no longer valid that these programs are working. So when I said in my emails to the people, is it a miracle? No, it's just really good software. What I love about this program, or we're about to go through with people, is that it plays to Google's own tune. You know, which is why the ranking and the results are coming through. The first time I gave it a run and we were able to get page 1 within 2 hours, I honestly remember thinking, my God, this is a miracle. It's not. It's just really good software put together by a team of talented developers. So
well, and that they stay on top of it, and they stay on top of the updates, which is a critical differentiator, which we're going to get into. Yeah, because Google does update constantly, and if you don't update, you lose. That's how they're looking to get rid of the SEOs. And if you adjust according to their changes, you stay one step ahead of them, you're going to continue to mirror the success that you had yesterday, you'll have today and for tomorrow. But let's just go ahead and jump right in here, Walt. So what's the agenda and promise for today? We're going to reveal and show you 4 profitable case studies. Now, we're going to reveal to you a very advanced marketer, someone that's been in the game since the beginning, and he was an incredibly challenging case study. Somebody that was sort of an intermediate marketer, been limping along, making $2,000 to $3,000 a month until he met Peter, and then it changed dramatically. And then 2 complete newbies to the game. 2 complete newbies that were in the legal profession, one an attorney, one a legal secretary, who changed their lives as a result of this. They left their jobs and became full-time marketers living the life of their dreams. So those, we're covering the whole gamut, the full spectrum of case studies, and you're going to see those in just a few moments. We're also going to discover how to find the profits in your niche with money keywords. I can't press upon this point enough, money keywords, and we're going to explain the difference. And this is where people either make lots of money while working online in their business, or they go broke. And it is incredibly important to know the difference between money keywords and informational keywords. Okay? Next, 5 unique ways to differentiate Hangout Millionaire, which is the solution that we're revealing to you today, which is the really good software that Walt and I talked about, and how to get your rankings to stick, because that's ultimately what matters. And that's where it comes in, using the tools of Hangout Millionaire and all the support mechanisms that are built around this incredibly good software. And those are all other legitimizers that we're going to go through and explain how you can use, and some of it involves Web 2.0 properties and a few other really credible sites that work in tandem with Hangout Millionaire, and what to expect moving forward. So what's in it for you? Here's always what matters. That's the radio station channel call letters that are inside your brain at all the time. Mine, if you're in Bangladesh, if you're in Australia, America, Canada, we'll even throw in Mexico. It doesn't matter. Wherever you are, it's all about what's in it for you, and how to get first page Google ranking is the goal. So you make money. How to get first page YouTube rankings, which is the #2 largest search engine in the world after Google. Can you say profits? This is about making money, money, money. So you profit, profit, profit. And how you do that is by following the proven system we're going to lay out for you today. And 3 ways to profit without using a camera. Does that sound good? Yes, it does, because sometimes you just don't have time to get ready for makeup, lights. I mean, I had an incident. I needed to create some video here the other night, and my 3 light bulbs popped unexpectedly. I live in Thailand, and it was just the wrong wattage or something for the local Thai community. So, boom. What did I have to do? I had to default to the program and use the simple solution of not having to use a camera, and I was able to get my goal achieved. And you get to rank faster than a speeding bullet. Time is money. And you can go the old, arduous, difficult path of beating down and doing everything manually, and I came from that system, as did Peter, as did Walt. But if you have a quicker, faster solution that's safe, secure, and more profitable, why wouldn't you embrace it? So I liken this to stepping along the gold brick road. We've heard of the yellow brick road from the Wizard of Oz, but this is the gold brick road. Those are solid gold bricks. And when you dance, you crawl, you walk, you run on the gold brick road, guess what? Wealth just comes into your pores, and we're going to show you how to embrace this. And we wanted to start out with a gift. Pete and I co-authored a book called The Serious Business Owner's Guide to Clients Forever. This is a well-written book. No spelling errors, no punctuation. This isn't some slap that gets thrown up on certain venues. I'll leave them nameless. This is well written. It gives you great, solid techniques, and it's our gift to you. It's got a $25 value. And those of you that choose to profit and win, get that free copy at the end of this call. We will email it to you. So who is Peter? As Walt said, he's been working online for 15 years. The CEO of Brute Force, was consistently the top 5 affiliate in Friend Finder Inc., which just sold for shy of $1 billion with a B. He's generated over 8 figures online, owned many software development companies, and this is what is cool about him. He finds the mundane tasks and turns it into an automated solution, and that's what we're going to reveal to you today. He's a respected SEO professional for the last 7 years, and here's what I like about him, and I think this is also what impressed me and Walt alike. His following has stayed consistent for over 6 years. And why is that? Because of his clean reputation online. If there's a problem, he fixes it. If there's a Google algorithm change, it's updated. Updated. This isn't some WSO that comes out for 40 bucks or $9.95 before the price goes up to $10. This is a solid solution that is kept up constantly with a real staff of developers that make changes and follow the algorithms. So that's why he has earned the clean reputation, because he stays on top and has a quality solution that he stands behind 100% of the time. And that's why he's earned this 6-year following. And there he is, the man, the myth, Peter Drew, with his 2 lovely daughters in Queensland, Australia. And who am I? Well, I'm this guy that published author with John Wiley & Sons. I'm a former syndicated radio show host with CBS in LA. I've spoken on direct marketing in 11 countries in English and in Spanish. That was fun. I'm responsible for 9 figures in sales on television via infomercials. I used to be a home shopping network pitch person, and I've been published in quite a few magazines. And here's a shot, because I like to live in the world of proof. Here's an interview with CNBC, and in my former radio show days on the right-hand side, 97.1 with the call letters in Los Angeles, CBS Radio. And I want to jump right in. What is the value of owning the #1 ranking in your market? It's the difference between being rich and thinking about being rich. How many of you deserve to be #1 in your niche? Now, Walt, I want to ask you to jump in and offer some commentary here, because it is an incredibly important pivot point to start our presentation off with today, is owning that #1 spot versus 2, 3, 4, or 5. Even though you're on the first page of Google, we're going to show how many of our case studies earn first page rankings, but then they've had several rankings on the first page, 1, 2, 3, 4, and endlessly obliterating the competition and owning that.
Yeah, absolutely. The difference is chalk and cheese. I mean, I've seen people with page 1 rankings, but they're down the bottom somewhere. The top 3 spots, if you've been a study of statistics like I have, you'll know that the top 3 spots get 80% of traffic on the first page, and of those top 3, the top one spot gets over 80% of that traffic. So what we're talking about is the #1 spot on any page of Google, on any search, is responsible for over 80% of the traffic of that search. So if you've got #1, now what if you've got #1, 2, and 3? Okay, so the reality is that if you've got a page 1 ranking, okay, you're going to do well. You're going to do better than a page 2, because page 2 is just the also-rans. It's the scraps. It's the nothing. Page 1 is better than that. But if you've got multiple page 1 rankings, then you own that marketplace. I remember the first time I did that for a client, and it was using video. We're going to be talking about that today. But it was using video. It was for a local client here in Melbourne, Australia. And they were running a specific campaign. They had an exclusive rights to a clothing line that was well known in the United States, and they were trying to rank on page 1 for that particular buying key phrase for this clothing line. So what we did was, using video, I went to work, and multiple position 1s later, we had a page 1 ranking on YouTube, we had a page 1 ranking on Dailymotion, we had a page 1 ranking on Vimeo, and what we had was multiple page 1 rankings for any key term. And the traffic to that business let them expand to a point where they were able to generate income from their online store and sell that business 6 months later for over $2 million. So the first time I ever achieved multiple page 1 rankings, the business took off. And that is the key. That's what we're here to talk about today.
Cool. And here's the question I have to ask. Can you do this? Can you use the final piece of the puzzle and the glue that goes with it? Because we've all heard about endless solutions. Shiny objects is the commonly used term today that are out there. This guy, this girl, that girl are offering solutions, supposedly, but they're patches. This is the final piece of the puzzle that puts it all together, solidifies your success because of the proof that we're going to show you. These are very solid claims, and we're going to show it to you. So let's get going. Let's start with the most challenging case study. And we started with the toughest first because I put Peter to task to make sure if you could prove it to Alex Mendosian, who's the man on the right with the glasses that match his shirt. This is the man who has earned the position as the king of Hangouts, of teaching people how to use Hangouts for challenges and contests. That's his positioning. And he came to me after I approached him and said, I've got an incredible solution to reveal to you, Alex. He said, prove it to me. I'm Armenian and I need proof. Now, I don't know what Armenian and proof has to do with anything, but he said it. And we then went along, and let's talk about his results here. How to monetize Google Hangouts was his first key phrase. He said, I want to rank for it on the first page. No problem. So look at what happened. The key phrase you see at the top, which is the red arrow, the second red arrow, and Walt mentioned this earlier, within 2 hours. 2 hours. Peter uploaded the video that was supplied to us, and that was an 11-minute video because Alex loves to talk. And we were able to get on the first page of Google, position 3, within 2 hours. Now that's impressive. Why? Because guess who was ranked number 1? It was Alex. So that wasn't good enough for us. We were able to get ranked very quickly for position number 3. But here's another thing. The pictures, thumbnails, get clicked on a lot more, and that's something we didn't talk about. If you're position 1, 2, and 3, and your traffic numbers are accurate, by the way, it's about 80% positions 1, 2, and 3 in its entirety, except when one of the pictures has a thumbnail image. It does get clicked on more than just a text image, is what we see at the top here, which is Hangout Challenge. That was Alex's ranking previously. But let's go on and show you more. How to profit from Google Hangouts. There's another keyword phrase, separate from the first. Now what's interesting, it's got, I went a little too fast with my arrows, but it's got 2.2 million results, so it was even harder to rank for this. But Peter was up to the task. And guess what happened? He leapfrogged Alex's rankings entirely. He owns positions 1 and 2. You see it here within 3 hours, and within 4 hours, same video, but spun in a unique way that adheres to the terms of service of Google and YouTube. If you notice, 11 minutes, 16 seconds in this one, 11 minutes and 21 seconds on this one. What's important about that is that qualifies, as well as a different title to the video, and there's different content in the description. All of those elements combined then cause you to be perceived and viewed by Google and YouTube as uniquely different content. It's a new video.
Do you know, Pete, I'm a big fan of Alex. I study his stuff, and I'm a subscriber to his material. And I don't know if anybody else on the call is. We've got over 100 people, looks like, on the call. Alex Mendosian is the king of Hangouts, and of course, because I've got Hangout software myself, I subscribe to Alex and I follow him along. And what was really amazing for me was seeing Alex endorse Hangout Millionaire software 2 weeks ago, because as I said, I'm a subscriber to Alex's stuff, and Alex is the king of Hangouts. He makes millions and millions of dollars, and what we're talking about here is outranking the master. And Alex himself, a couple of weeks ago, in his email series, just completely endorsed the software we're about to see today as the absolute only tool that you can use to do this kind of ranking in record time.
Yep, that's true. So what were the steps? Let's go through this ABC 1, 2, 3. 1, the right keywords, and I can't press upon that point enough. You've got to select the right keywords, the ones that people are searching for and spending money on. We're going to go through that more and more, so you get this at the end of the call. Embracing Web 2.0 properties. This is also a key leg of the stool that we're talking about. Right keywords, second leg of the stool, Web 2.0 properties, and then running Hangout Millionaire, which embraces the right keywords, spins and uses all related keywords. It's amazing what it does. As we get inside the software itself, you're going to see that in action. So 1, 2, 3, think of this. You need all 3 legs of the stool in order to feel secure so you don't wobble and fall over on your arse. You want to have the right keywords, run the Hangout Millionaire after you set up your Web 2.0 property. So using the right keywords, we mentioned that. Set up Web 2.0 properties. Now, here's an example of Web 2.0 properties. Sometimes people ask, well, what are they? They're a bunch of high-ranking, high page rank, that is, high PR is often used as the term, high traffic, high credibility, and loved by the king, and his name is Google. Loved by the queen, and her name is YouTube. If you have links coming in from Web 2.0 properties, Google rewards you for that. Now, here are just samples of different Web 2.0 properties as viewed by Google. We have SlideShare, and these are all sorts of high credibility, highly viewed, respected sites. So I'm not familiar with Web 2.0. Well, it is easy to set up, but here's the other thing. We'll do it for you. We found that this was the slight cog in the wheel of people getting success goals. Like, well, getting it's kind of a hassle, no problem. We've taken that away. There is no consideration. We'll do it for you. We have to cover our costs, and that's what it is, but it's done for you with our experienced team, and you want to get it done the right way so you get the same correct results of all the case studies we're going to reveal to you. Onlywire.com, you're going to want to write this down. Onlywire.com. I'm a big fan of paid solutions because everything is involving support. If you don't support a software, what good is it? If there isn't somebody there behind the scenes to answer a support ticket or to help you when there's an issue, what good is it? And I have an enterprise account personally with Onlywire.com because it is a paid Web 2.0 venue, a portal of, a solution that is out there. There are some free ones called ifttt.com, if this then that.com. It's free, but try getting help. It's a little more challenging than when you use Onlywire. It's a paid solution. I'm a believer, as Walt and I talked about this last week. He pays for an expensive web hosting company because he gets support. And
your exact question to me, we were talking about something, and you said, why do you use these guys? They're the most expensive. And I replied, because they are the most expensive. And
yes.
That is my absolute credo. Onlywire, there are other programs out there. I've got 3 Onlywire accounts, and they're jammed with social media. Do you know why? Because they're the best. And I think my entire Onlywire subscription is like $30 a month, but the publishing is out to hundreds of Web 2.0 properties. So yeah, you use the best, and you never have to question it.
And it's got, I use mostly, there are, like you said, there are over 100, but I use 60 reliably because I also do a couple other solutions, but I put in there to be very conservative. 60 plus quality links are posting, and you get your video, your Hangout, your YouTube live video uploaded to these properties, and you've got incredibly powerful links that don't break. That's what's so cool. And if there is an issue, if there is an algorithm update, and it does happen, again, it goes back to the same comment I made earlier. What happens when something changes? And Google is the king. The king has the right to change his mind. And when that happens, you want the paid support. And that's why you choose your paid solution for your hosting, as you mentioned. It's important because they're the most expensive. They are probably the most expensive, but well worth the investment, okay? And what are the exact steps used? Now let's talk about what Peter has done manually previously, and then now today, this master mechanic of the internet, the king of automation, created a solution to automate all that was done manually in the past. But you have to learn somewhere. It's like you have to learn the basics of addition, subtraction, division, multiplication in school before you start using a calculator. At least that's the objective. Some may not do that, but it's the way to do it. So you've got to learn what's behind the scenes so you can speak about it and program intelligently. So this is a private island. Pete, jump in and introduce yourself, and you've got an Australian accent as well.
Hey everyone. I can't believe it. My webcam has just died now. Can you believe it after all these years? But anyway, so I'll put the camera back on you. There you go. So it's great to be here, and thanks, Walt, for introducing us to all your friends. This story here about the private island is one of my best mates, Brett's Island. He owned it for about 5 years, and then right out of the blue he told me he was selling it, and he decided to sell it a month earlier. So he already had the real estate agent involved. They flew over in a chopper and got some awesome video content. So he needed help, and since he had this beautiful video content, I downloaded that, and it took me a week, but I got top rankings in Google for a ton of different high, what do they call it? High ticket item keywords. It doesn't get any better than private island. So I had him ranking all over Google. The feedback I got from him and from the real estate agent is, Peter, I think we own the internet here. It was incredible. In the first 6 months, we generated 200 leads from these videos I created, though at the time, this was back in 2008, as you can see on the screen, it took me about a week to do all those tasks, half a day each, half a day for a week, but the results were sensational. And these are the same strategies that we use now in our automated solution that takes me now probably 20 minutes to set up, and I can produce 100 times more videos with virtually no time set up. Once I've set up my profile once, it only takes me 2 minutes to produce another 15 videos.
That's incredible. But yeah, I mean, and also we've got 89 million results here, which is very telling. This is a competitive phrase that you got to rank for. I want to show the bottom arrow, and most likely people are going to click or would have clicked on that because it has an image.
Yeah.
It's an image, and that's where people have more involvement. The eye can't help but go there. So let's go on to the other. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, man. I was going to say, do you remember when we were in Orlando? I don't know if you ever met Gonzalo, but we talk about this buying private island, and for the people who are listening, I want to give you something real to take away here, guys. The reality is that there's so many high income opportunities out there for leads, and I'll just give you some examples. Gonzalo, we were talking to, generates leads by doing this exact same strategy for people who want to buy private jets. All right, and Gonzalo's picking up commissions from people who are buying private jets, right? So there's massive high income opportunity. We talked about people who are going on adventure holidays that get themselves into trouble and need medical evac, all right? And generating leads by simply dominating the search results, generating leads for people who are looking at medical evacs that pay $50,000 for a med evac, and the commission to the person who brings the lead is 10%. Okay, there's so many high-income lead opportunities. There's a company here in Melbourne that I've done work with that generates leads for finance, people who are mortgaging and looking to get mortgages for their homes. They pay a trailing commission. That means every single month that the mortgages stay in, they pay a trailing commission of 7%, and that can be on a $700,000, $800,000 mortgage. Okay, so what I want to give to the people that are listening to the show is if you can follow the steps that we're going to show you here, you can look outside the normal box, okay, which is the ClickBank or the make money online stuff, and you can generate leads for things that you just can't even think of off the top of your head now. Sit down with a pen and paper and brainstorm it, because the income opportunities for lead generation simply by following this technique will blow your mind.
Yeah, that's incredible. We're going to show one of our case studies. Zach Jacobs is doing exactly that. He's selling leads in Australia, and he's an American guy doing this in Australia. He's just crushing it. So well, let's just keep going. So down at the bottom here, you see this is a screenshot recently of 51 million results he was able to rank still from October 2008. It's still ranking. So the question that pains people, and again, this happened to me just the other day when a video light popped. I had all these lights set up to shoot a live video. I had to default to doing something which was much easier and faster. Didn't show my face, but a faster solution, and you do not need a video. Even for those that are camera shy, you can embrace the solution called Instagram. Now, Instagram has millions and millions of images, photos, that are free for the taking. And Hangout Millionaire has taken that opportunity, that free solution, incorporated it into the software, and it uses those images based on the keywords. It has the intelligence of finding the right images to match your keywords, and we're going to show that a little more. And then you run Hangout Millionaire. So what exactly is Hangout Millionaire? This little robot over here that does all the work for you behind the scenes. You see the gold icon. That's the image of Hangouts, which is how this software became the live entity, the changing solution that's there. And we put it all inside a crib because it is the baby of Google and YouTube. They're the king and queen, respectively. And this, setting aside the metaphor of the royalty, it's a business. Google's in the business of making money and profits for its shareholders. That's its responsibility. It's its fiduciary responsibility to make money. So it takes care of its own. And it's the baby. It's only been around 2 years, and they have been growing it steadily. And then, of course, we're going to talk about YouTube Live in a little bit as well, which is a different platform that we have embraced and included in the solution. Remember about updating the software, how critical that is. And YouTube Live is another incredible platform. It's Hangouts, you think of, comes out of G+, which is a Google property. YouTube, which is owned by Google as well, as part of the solution, has its own live streaming called YouTube Live. And it is unbelievable. The results are equal to what happens with Hangouts. Way better than if you just create a video and post it yourself in YouTube. But if you use YouTube Live, it gives preferential treatment, and that's because they are supporting their newest releases. So the question that often arises is, what about global versus local? Do I want to rank nationally, internationally, or am I a local business that is in Des Moines, Iowa? Am I in Los Angeles, California only, or do I want to be ranked throughout the US, Canada, and Australia, and the UK? So let's talk about what happened with our first case study. This is an Australian man out of Melbourne. Did I pronounce it right, guys? Melbourne, Australia. It's spelled Melbourne.
Yeah, you've got to be lazy in your language, man. You've got to cut off the ends of the words.
Okay, Melbourne. And
that
was better? Thanks. So we've got a man named Darren Stevens that I had the privilege of working for, and we are going to play what his results were by following. All you, Pete.
I think Pete's just trying to play on that one.
Yeah. So when you get it ready, Pete, let me just give you a little background. He's out of Melbourne, as I said. He has a business that teaches authors how to write a bestseller, and he utilized my SEO services, and within 1 week, the manual way, I was able to get him ranked, and he had incredible results and was able to earn $23,500 that week. That's what was so incredible. And I don't know if we were able to play that, Pete, or...
No, sorry, I've got a technical issue here. We'll have to continue on. I'll get it solved for the next testimonial.
Okay. Hang on a second, Mitch. When we first met as a team, the three of us, which, as I said, was many months ago, we heard from Darren then, and Darren's story was incredible, just purely because here's a guy that isn't about ranking sites. That's not what his business is. His business is on how to teach authors how to write a bestseller, which he's done several times. But the results for Darren were over $23,000 of business in 1 week because he grabbed hold of Mitch and used the software to get the SEO terms. That's the value of traffic. Now, again, for the people who are listening on the call, most of the people who answered my email know what the internet is. I mean, it seems like a funny thing to say, but you guys know what the internet is. You know, you're familiar with marketing, you're familiar with page one rankings, that kind of stuff. But do you know the amount of people out there who aren't? I've got a good friend, his name's Stephen, he's also based in Queensland. Stephen's business is importing those sapphire diamond reflector eyes that you see on the road. So he has a contract with a couple of different government agencies or whatever. He's getting paid $2 per reflector. $2 per reflector, and most jobs are somewhere in the vicinity of 15 to 20,000 reflectors. So it's not a bad income. But Stephen doesn't know anything about rankings. Okay, so I sat down with Stephen and showed him how we could do this, and simply ranking for some search terms about those specific reflectors and the keywords for that industry. Stephen picked up a mining contract. So the guys were doing a big mining excavation. They had to build the whole road into the mine and the roads of the mining camp and that kind of stuff. And Stephen picked up a new contract for 22,000 of the little reflector eyes purely because somebody found him on Google. Now there's a guy that doesn't know anything about it. And my point to the people here who are listening are, you may know, but if you can provide this as a service, the people will pay, and they will pay again and again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a business itself, and we're going to show more case studies. Now, Darren has his own business, so he's not looking to the software to make selling it, but to use it to leverage his business even more. So we're going to continue.
Hi, my name's Darren Stevens. I'm the best-selling author of the book Millionaires and Billionaires Secrets Revealed. And I just want to tell you about a gentleman that I contracted to do some work for me, which his name was Mitch Carson. Now, Mitch promised me that he could get me on the page one rankings of YouTube and Google in a really short period of time. And I went, okay, I really doubt that. But I gave it a go. And he blew me away, because literally in just 1 week he not only got me on the front page and #1 position on YouTube, I was actually #1 also then on Google worldwide in a really competitive phrase, which was how to write a bestseller, because I teach a program called howtowriteabestseller.com. And anyway, he blew me away. He got the results in a week, and because of that, I had people ring up that had seen the ad on Google, or seen the rankings on Google, it wasn't an ad, and they rang up and booked into my program, and they invested over $23,500 in my program just because of seeing me ranked #1 on Google. And it's just blown me away. They flew all the way over from Singapore simply from seeing what had happened.
That's incredible. So let's just keep going. We've got some more case studies, but that's what happened with him. This lady came over, cut down $23,000, which was the cost of his program. Hey, Pete, can you mute yourself? Okay, now what about competition? Here's a case study of a lady that is out of New York City named Ruth Sherman. If you look up how to look great on camera, she's still ranking positions 1 and 2 today. This was back in March, earlier this year. And she is so busy now, she has even halted her SEO campaigns because she has more leads than she can handle. She makes $60,000 per contract of teaching Fortune 100 executives how to look great on camera, how to look good, say the right things in the press when they're interviewed. And she's ranking position 1 and 2. And then for other key phrases, which is the column on the right, how to look great on camera, ultimate consulting coach, and overcoming stage fright, all related keyword phrases when we ran keywords for her, money-making keywords, she ranked for. And she is incredibly grateful and making lots of money. And we ran this one time, Peter did. And you can see his ranking. So I want to tee this up before Peter gets the video ready. Zach Jacobs, a man who lives in Thailand. He lives in Phuket, Thailand. He's an American. He was a boat master at one time. And when you're ready, let's go ahead and play it.
Hey, Zach Jacobs here. I just wanted to talk about Hangout Millionaire. We were lucky enough to be able to beta test it, and in the first 30 days we were able to add a solid 5 figures to our bottom line. The best part about this is it will continue to do residual income because we're using it for offline clients. It's been great at ranking in the number 1, number 2, and number 3 positions in Google and for our offline clients. We have clients paying us a considerable sum for every lead we produce for them, and this has been a great product. So thanks a lot, Peter Drew. Thanks a lot for the updates and letting us beta test for you. We appreciate it, and this is a great product. I highly recommend you look at it and buy it today.
Well, I mean, how does that sound? I mean, he is making over $45,000 a month now when he was limping along, maybe making $2,000, some months as much as $2,500, barely squeaking by, living in Chiang Mai. Now he lives on an oceanfront place in Phuket, selling leads as a business, utilizing the software, running 3 machines around the clock, knocking it out of the park, getting ranked for incredible keyword phrases for selling leads. That's his business. He doesn't reveal the lead category. I wouldn't either, would you? But he is knocking it out of the park, just like the example you gave, Walt, where it's a business. You mentioned somebody else that is selling leads to a category. The niches are endless. Money-making niches, and that's what Zach was able to do. This is life-changing for him. He was depressed. His background was he was a boat dive master. Like he would teach people how to dive on private yachts, you know, if they had guests. So he was an employee. Hated it. I mean, loved the ocean, but now he gets to go dive on his terms while his machines are running and making money. Is that a life that you would like to have? I would say so. It is something to value. So question is, what about if I have a local business? Because the first few examples were global. So let's show this from another newbie. Her name is Angela Langlotz. She was an attorney practicing law in Dallas, Texas. Hated it, as she revealed to me, but she had an expletive before the hated it part. And now she has incredible results. And let's take a peek. We're going to show what her results are in a minute. Pete, we can hear you. So we're going to go through.
Hi, Angela Langlotz here. I wanted to offer my thoughts on Peter Drew's Hangout Millionaire software. I had the opportunity to beta test this software for a 3-month period, and I thought that the software was absolutely amazing. It allowed me to rank on the first page of Google and YouTube videos that were associated with very, very competitive keywords. These were keywords that had more than 4 million Google search results. In some cases, I was actually able to rank these videos in less than an hour. I was absolutely blown away by what it could do. I can also tell you that Hangout Millionaire comes with good documentation and good support. Peter and his crew are really great about offering support if you can't use the documentation to figure out what you need to do. So if you want to rank your videos on the first page of Google and YouTube, I highly recommend Peter's Hangout Millionaire software. It will help you rank your videos.
Now, why is this valuable? She changed her life. She initially started working in this arena. We're going to show her results in an upcoming slide, and why, and it's probably my most impressive slide in the deck that we're showing today. But she was able to change career. She's no longer practicing law. She is using the software as a tool to make money. So let's take a look inside. And Pete, I'm going to invite you in the call here right now because this is your solution that you've created. And the first slide here shows the latitude and longitude. And how do they find this when they're looking to rank something on a local basis?
Well, the beauty of using Google, using YouTube and bloggers, it gives us the ability to place the longitude and latitude of the business that you're promoting, which means that the content that you create will be displayed predominantly in that location. So in the software, it's really simple. You just click on that button that you can see there called Find Params here. That opens up a browser window. You enter the address where you would like the videos to rank, and then it just gives you the longitude and latitude. You copy and paste that into the software, and then the software automatically inputs that into your YouTube videos and also your Blogger blogs that the software creates for you. It's very, very powerful for local marketing.
And then the next step is you upload the title of the video?
This is pretty much where you put all the information in to create. Once you enter the data in this window here, you can create literally hundreds and hundreds of videos without changing any data in the software. So you've got the title. We use spin tags in the title, which means we can spin one title based off your keyword phrases an unlimited amount of times. It's very simple to use. We'll show you how to do it. You can learn spin tags in about 2 minutes flat. Then you can put your tags in there. There are spin tags in the tags, and also the keyword token is there. So the predominant tag for this video will be the keyword phrase. And then in the description, you can put up to 4,500 characters. And we use spin tags in there as well. So we do our best to put as much relative content in there, and then use spin tags. And the most important part is in the first line of your description, you put the link to the website you're promoting. And the links from the Google entities we use, Google Hangouts, YouTube Live, Blogger, plus the myriad of other Web2 properties, really gets your website's ranking. This isn't a tool just for ranking videos. It gets your websites to the top of Google as well. And you'll see there are tokens in there. I won't go into them now, but those tokens, we put months of work into these, and the results of what the tokens do is really what boosts your videos in YouTube and in Google itself.
Awesome.
And those links.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. And we also, if we got some videos that say maybe at the bottom of page 1, and we want to get them to the top of page 1, we'll put the links to those videos in the bottom of our description, as you can see here, and that gives them the extra link juice to get to the top of page 1 and then stick.
That's incredible. Okay, well, let's continue. Now, this is my favorite slide because it's all about the proof. All about the proof. Now, we talked about money keywords, and this is an example. This is where Angela Langlotz, the attorney we heard from, was able to leave her career as a lawyer and become a full-time lead producer, lead sales company to contractors of various specialties in Dallas, Texas, in the local market. So the first category she tackled and obliterated the competition in was fence installations for contractors. Now, the first 3 red arrows show something important, and the big red arrow on the right, those are all paid advertisements. That means there's money in this keyword phrase. And why do I know that? Because people are spending money both on the above the fold, these 3 particular spots that are 1, 2, 3, those are advertisements, and the whole right-hand column with the big fat red arrow are advertisements. Now, well, how incredible is this? Because now we're going into the green arrows. This is a video created by Angela. This is created here by Peter. And this, again, was created by Angela under different names, different accounts she set up. We're going to show you the beauty of setting that up. But the green arrows are going to get clicked on because they're organic. You mentioned earlier, Walt, positions 1, 2, and 3 comprise 80% of the traffic per search engine result page, the SERP, for a particular category, for a particular keyword.
What's really interesting is despite the fact that Google's making billions of dollars and their share price is climbing and their ad revenue is climbing, people tend to skip past the ads. It's just human nature that when they're searching for something, they skip past the ads unless it really jumps at them. And what we're seeing here is that the 1, 2, and 3 spots, which is the highest traffic, completely dominated by a video that's just been simply uploaded and correctly spun the right way so it changes the titles, it changes the length, and it does all that kind of stuff. And you can actually see that it's the same video been uploaded in different ways, and it's the 1, 2, and 3 spot. You're absolutely dominated.
Yeah, and the other 20% do go to positions 4, 5, 6, and 7, and some of the paid ads. The paid ads usually get about 15% of the traffic on a particular page. And Google is fine with that because they have to show a certain amount of organic traffic, and people tend to trust organic listings more. And what's unique about this is it's got an image, a thumbnail image, which is incredibly important.
Okay, if I can just cut in here, I've been looking at this slide for months, and it's only just occurred to me that all we're looking at here is Google. We're looking at Google Ads, top 3. We're looking at Google Ads down the right, and then the first 3 results are Google videos. They're on YouTube, owned by Google. So Google's presenting nothing but Google, but Angela has leveraged Google to put her content there with her links and her phone numbers.
It's an important point, Pete. It's an important point to actually talk about the fact that Google gives itself preference.
It's a business.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, God, wouldn't you do the same? I mean, seriously, you own the platform, you give yourself preference. So when we talk about Hangouts, I used to say that Hangouts were Google's baby. Because, you know, Seinfeld did an episode, he said, hey, you got to come and see the new baby. But, you know, that's so true, is that when there's a new baby, it gets the most attention, right? And so Google was giving Hangouts themselves the most attention. These days, they're also including in that mix YouTube Live. Why? Because Google owns that property. And Pete, you're exactly spot on. What we're looking at with that page is Google. We're looking at the top spots being paid ads. We're looking at the right-hand side being paid ads. That's Google property. And we're seeing the top of the generic results are Google properties being YouTube. Now, what Angela's done there, as Pete said, is leveraged Google's ownership to her own advantage. And Google gives the ranking to itself, but in this case, it gives the ranking to Angela's sites so that she can actually go out and get the business using Google's platform. It's the classic case of you've got to come and see the new baby, and Google do it all the time because that keeps people on their sites. It makes sense.
And the beauty is, of course, that cost Angela probably 10 minutes of her time. Everything else is paying to be there. Angela made those back in February, and they're still there. She's still there. Everyone else is still there, but they're all paying. So I know I just got it from this image now. Continue on, Mitch.
Yeah, but here's the beauty: is could you use these results when everyone else is paying over $1 a click above Angela's free listings, the organic listings, the ones that were done naturally using and adhering to Google's terms of service, or do you want to pay $1 a click and get 20% of the traffic, or do you want to get 80% for free?
As a minimum, as a minimum, Mitch, I've got a site that's ranking, and the average pay per click is $4.20, right, per click, right, and you can dominate that by simply putting up organic traffic, which ranks better and gets more traffic, and you can do that for free.
Yeah, I think we call this in America a no-brainer. It's like, this is too good to be true. Well, it is true. It's there. So embrace it. Are you following me so far, folks? Because it doesn't get any better than this. And this came, I've got to bring this point home, from a newbie. She had just started on the internet. She had no background in this. She was an attorney who knew she wanted to make a life change. Are you ready for your life to change? Only you can answer that. We're giving you the tools, the solution. You need to make that decision. Let's keep going. Let's talk about another newbie. This is a 24-year-old woman out of Queensland, Australia, that played squash with Peter, and she had an idea about selling dresses that conform to a woman's body so nicely to the 18 to 25-year-old crowd. And let's hear what happened with her, Pete. You can play this of Ellen Trokovic. She had a dream, and she was able to live it. And what was beautiful...
I think Pete's just talking. We actually talked about Ellen when I was there with Pete, with Mitch, and I sat on his back veranda. But we talked about Ellen's her position. You know, we talk about niches, right? We talk about finding the things that pay the money. And Ellen's niche wasn't one that you would think, oh, that's going to jump out. And this is somebody that Pete just met socially playing squash, put her through the system using the Hangout Millionaire program, and dominated that space. And you know, from a casual meeting, which is where lots of business happens, Ellen's making a fortune because of these rankings.
Yeah, and she was able to make a career change, which is critical.
My name is Ellen Trokovic, and I'm the owner and manager of houseoftroy.com.au. My website specialises in selling vanity dresses to women aged 18 to 25. I had had my business up and running for about 1 year before I realized I really needed to get my website ranking higher in Google because it was completely unranked. I had heard of odesk.com and was about to start paying someone overseas to do my SEO for me when coincidentally I joined my local squash club and met Peter Drew, owner and creator of HangoutMillionaire.com. After a few weeks of playing squash with Peter, I mentioned to him that I ran my own online website and that I was looking for someone to do my SEO. He then mentioned that he had just created a new software called Hangout Millionaire and that he needed a website to trial it on. I then agreed to this, and after just a few weeks, after the trial, my website had gone from being completely unranked to page 7 of Google, which was amazing. It's now been about 2 months since the start of the trial, and my website is now ranked page 1 for all of my keywords, which has been unbelievable. My sales have gone from, on average, about 5 a week to now 15 a week, and I have HangoutMillionaire.com to thank for it.
Well, it doesn't get much better than that. And we're going to show more proof of her in a second. So let's talk about her first keyword phrase, bandage dress Australia. As you see, houseoftroy.com.au is her website. She's ranking here. Now, this is probably my second most favorite slide in the deck because this shows complete and total domination utilizing all the tools that Hangout Millionaire supports. Because we have positions 1, 2, 3, and 4 in the organic results, where that's House of Troy. The 5th result shows images, and since this is a product based on image, she owns that as well. And then you see the last arrow pointing down. That's her video that was using Hangout Millionaire. Now, why is this all important? Hangout Millionaire boosts your rankings of your core website property. It's not just the videos. Yeah, go ahead.
That's an important key. That's such an important key, you know, that as we're building these using Hangout Millionaire, which what it does is it compiles a video. We're going to see that in a second. But it's not only the videos that benefit from those ranks because of the Web 2.0 properties pointing back, and Google have said that they trust social media links because they're generated by people, right? So the Web 2.0 properties have that trust factor that flows through, which, as you can see, benefits the core website as well. So you can run off and do, as Peter said, push a button and create 15 videos in 5 minutes or less, and then rank them and do all the stuff that Hangout Millionaire does. And those links coming back boost your core site as well. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what's valuable. And this is complete domination. So if someone's looking for a bandage dress, a bamboo bandage dress, a particular style, they have no choice but to click on one of these images because it's complete domination, and they all revert back to Ellen's site. They all end up in the same spot where she's able to collect money and go ka-ching.
Do you know what, Pete? Sorry, Mitch. You know what? You asked everybody. You said to everybody, it doesn't get much better than that. You know, for the people that play squash, they're going, wow, I could hit up all the people. But do you know what? It does get better than that because I'm going to throw in my lead generation software for anybody that picks up Hangout Millionaire as well. So we're talking about these clients and these case studies showing that you can go out and get somebody who's a client with a local business, with a, you know, they might run a real estate agency, they might run a local trade, they might run or, you know, it doesn't matter what business they have. And if you can use this software and rank their site, they will pay you handsomely for that. And for anybody that picks up the offer, I'm going to include my lead geyser, which is a lead generation software program, so you can literally go out and get these clients straight away. So we charge a whack for that program. It's changed a lot of people's lives, and we developed it for ourselves to go out and get clients. I'm going to include that in this offer. So yeah, it does get better than that.
Wow. Okay. Well, I love. It's a favorite word to me. Is free. So let's go on to another keyword phrase here. House of Troy under bandage dresses, which has 7.9 million results. She was able to rank for that. Now, this is my third favorite site or slide in the deck. Tropez bandage dress. She's ranking positions 1 and 2 for her website. Just as we mentioned, it pushed that up from nowhere to somewhere to the first and second positions. Positions 3 and 4 are videos of hers that are ranking. Position 5, because of the use of Hangout Millionaire and Web 2.0 properties, her Facebook fan page is ranking now. That's incredible. This is total and utter domination, obliterating the competition. It's almost not fair. If you've got this, you have a digital bazooka out there, knocking out the competition.
I'm all for not fair in these kind of benefits, man. I'm all for not fair.
Yeah.
And you know what? To use the word not fair, let's put it into perspective. You've got a website, so do 70 billion other people. There's 70 billion websites or something like that. You got to use everything you can to get those spots, all right? And this is using Google's own properties to do it. There's nothing not fair about it. It's a fact of you need to blitz and survive. To use the word bazooka, you need to blow away the competition. Otherwise, they will blow you away. And let me tell you, that's happening right now. I don't mind if you've got a product to sell, an affiliate link, a list you're trying to build, whatever it is that you're trying to do. If you're trying to rank for other people, there are thousands of people trying to take your spot. And if you are not blowing them away, guess what's happening? Right? So you need to be the one to step up with an inverted commas unfair advantage, because otherwise you'll be sitting there as a nice guy getting buried.
Exactly. Business is war, and people are out there to take your money. They're to take your candy.
Actually, just on that point, if someone, we're looking at the screen now, if someone bumped that position off, all we've got to do, first of all, is recognise that we've been bumped down 1 or 2 positions, start Hangout Millionaire, the project's already been created, and just go next, 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 start. There's 15 videos, and you'll get your rankings back. You get more videos out there again, and it's taken 2 minutes of your time for your website or for your client's website. A client rings up and says, I've lost the top ranking. You go, no problems. And in a week, their site will be back, and they will just know that you're a genius using our software. Look, put
it into a recurring revenue stream, man. We're talking about getting clients, and as I said, I'm going to include my lead system for that. If you've got clients and you can say to them, okay, guys, look, for X amount of dollars per month, I'm going to create an extra 15 videos for you a week. All right, so we're going to make sure that you don't only dominate, we're going to continue to publish good content week after week or every month. For example, it might not be a week, 15, maybe it's too many, but you might say, I'm going to do for you 30 videos a month, okay, for the price of $497 a month, for example. And you can do it. The great thing is, Pete, you and I sat together and we did this together, where we can actually sit, and as you said, you've created the project already, and there comes the client's payment, $497 this month. You open up the software, you go next, 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 and it goes boom, there's the next videos. You send an email to the client and say, hey, great, thanks for your payment. I've already done the videos for this month. They're ready to go for you.
Absolutely. The software produces a beautiful PDF report at the end. You can email that to your client as soon as it's done. They don't know that it took you, all you had to do was go click, 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 and take 2 minutes of your time. And you get, that's a perfect way for business to business work. And where do people find their clients? Like that slide with Angela earlier on. All those people paying for the ads above your videos and paying for the ads down to the right of your videos, those people are going to be open to not having to pay so much for AdWords when you're dominating the market, and they can see it already. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's a great point. It's like you have a business inside a business here immediately. So let's take a look at the magic of a virtual assistant in a box, because that's how Hangout Millionaire functions. And I'm sure you want to know your next move. Well, let's talk about this. Hangout Training Resource Toolbox is our complete toolbox to make your Hangouts a success. You get our Content Repurposing Resources Guide, has a $497 value. And here's what's critical and why I chose to be involved with Peter, why I'm involved with Walt and other credible people, is they stay involved. We are there. We guide you through every step of the process, every step. So the Hangout Millionaire private group is a members-only Facebook group where you get to ask your most pressing questions, post about your Hangouts and skills.
Actually, can I just interrupt on the Facebook group? We've got a Facebook group now that's up to just bumped over 1,700 members. And
it's really active as well.
They're awesome people in there. Earlier on, Mitch was talking about updates. You know when we know when YouTube updates, Blogger updates, or Google updates, because people tell us in the group straight away, and then either myself or one of my support team will see that, and then we send an SMS to our programmer, and Max never sleeps. So I'm looking at him now. He looks tired. And basically, we start on the update straight away. And once the update's released, he releases the update. All people need to do is restart their software. The software says, hey, we've got a new update. Do you want to download now? They go, yes. Software restarts. Bang, you've got the updated version. And typically generally it's within 12 hours of any changes that Google does. But at longest, it'd be 2 days. But typically, it's within 12 hours.
Well, and that's what people are paying for. I mean, that's the value of this. This isn't a cheap one-off solution. This is a major solution with support.
Yeah, exactly. And because you've got heavy hitters like Alex Mendozian and like, as I mentioned, some people who are influencing elections and making big steps and ways, we've got a lot of people that are depending on this software. And the fact is that it's updated. We've received no less than 8 updates since I've been using the program just in the last 5 months. And that means that every time something changes, the programmers are right on it, and it stays up to date. It's never missed. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and I have to ask people that are with us to this point is like, could you use these results? Could you use the extra money? Could you change and get out of a job, which some call the acronym of just over broke, and start making real money and create a business for yourself? And
you got yes, it's coming in, Mitch. You got yes. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, I also have a little acronym. It's called FISH. First in, still here. The people that take action make most of the money. It's just a fact of life. So, and our private Facebook group is so valuable because it's the most active of 60 that I belong with. I belong to 60 plus groups on Facebook. This is the one I'm involved with every day because I'm learning myself, being intimately involved with the software solution. I'm still learning and updating my team. And you get to post requests you're looking for on this Facebook group. You get to cross-promote your business. And let me talk about the Content Repurposing Resources Guide. Now, this is an incredibly important leg of the stool, as I mentioned, using Web 2.0 properties and repurposing, reusing your content and getting it out there in multiple ways so you are able to capture the traffic, capture the credibility, the use of all of these particular properties that are valuable in the Web 2.0 category. The Repurposing Resources Guide is updated live in many cases. It's in our resources section inside the members area, but the Resources Guide gets updated as a result of what we learn from our very active members on the Facebook group. And one thing I want to mention, this has a very undervalued value of $997. This alone has been life-changing for many because of what they have learned and the connections they've made on this Facebook group. One of the challenges when people are out there with whatever venue is, how do I write copy? We are giving you a solution. We're the only partner to Copy Sniper that gives you a 30-day free solution. It's a $1,000 software which is sold, and they're in their second launch now. At $1,000, you get to look at it for free for 30 days. And it integrates with WordPress. There's a full training program. Copy.
I just want to jump in there, Mitch. People will say, well, hang on a second, you only get to look at it for 30 days. Yeah, you get to look at it, use it, develop some amazing web pages, and get your copy. So if you're looking to generate clients, if you're looking to make sales, if you're looking to rank anything, you can use this program to create an amazing affiliate page that you can then rank all day, every day with Hangout Millionaire. So your use of 30 days is incredible value in this program.
Yep. Yep. And one of the things that I do offer for Walt and his group is if you're stuck on creating a Hangout, if you're stuck on getting content out, use me. I'm a professional interviewer. I have done hundreds and hundreds of interviews for my radio show. I was a syndicated show host in LA, out of LA, and CBS Radio. I had 40,000 listeners every Saturday morning. So if you want an interview, or you want me to do a Hangout with you and guide you through the process, use me. I charge $1,000. It's included with your subscription today. And you get the book that is co-authored by Peter Drew. Now, what is inside Hangout Millionaire? You get the software, which is good for 2 licenses. You get access to Peter's private video network. Now, this is another hidden gem not available elsewhere. He has set up high page rank video networks where your videos get hosted. You can't get this unless you're part of the group. You cannot get this. You get to link back to your Blogger blogs, to your WordPress blogs, to Weebly. All of the different Web 2.0 properties get another tiered link structure because of Peter's private video network. This is another huge game changer.
This is something, Mitch. This network that Pete has set up is hundreds of sites. This is something that's taken 10 years to build up, and only the people that are Hangout Millionaire members get access to that. I was talking to Pete about that network, and he was just he said to me, he looked me straight in the eye, and he said to me, "This is something that nobody else can do, just purely because it's taken him 10 years to build that network of sites, and you get to post to it with the Hangout Millionaire system."
Yeah, it's incredible. And I mentioned the Total Resource Toolbox. This is incredibly valuable because it updates all the latest resources that are out there that utilize the system. An incredible value. You get the Copy Sniper trial. You get the recorded interview with me or the Hangout that I'll work with you so you get the success and get you kickstarted immediately. And we want to do this within the first 5 days. Now, click on this link and click on it now. Walt.hangoutmillionaire.com. Why? Because I'm going to show you what this all costs in a minute. The value is $2,364 just for the software, and people buy it every day. When they hear about Hangout Millionaire, they go and they're going to spend $197 a month on going. You get it for less than that. You're not going to even pay that. You get access to Peter's private video network, has a value of $997 or more. Total Resource Toolbox. The Copy Sniper trial, we assigned a $99 value. You get to get all your copy banged out for free for 30 days. And you elect to continue or not, up to you. You get the recorded interview with me, which I charge $1,000 for, like no kidding. Go to my site and you'll see I'm not full of it.
And unlimited leads with the lead system as well.
Oh yes,
so
we're adding that bonus in. You made that on the fly.
The value of that alone, I had 3 full-time sales guys. We ran that system, and that was responsible for bringing in the income that supported all of us. That lead system is part of this program, so you'll get that as a bonus.
And what's the value of that?
At the moment, it sells at $97 a month. So
okay, well that's good. So we're talking $1,200 just in the first year. That alone is another huge bonus. So I got to change the total value here of $5,800. And now we're only doing this with Walt, and you hear a lot of this. Well, it's true. We have done multiple webinars and Hangouts in the past, and nobody has negotiated like Walt the Bayless, because you get a free 5-day trial. So there is no excuse for anyone that's on the call at this point not to click on walt.hangoutmillionaire.com. Do it now, as in N-O-W, because you can spend $997 and invest in that per year. It's renewable. Or you can get started for $297 every 3 months. That's up to you. Or 5 days of a free trial. You don't get any better than that.
Pete's done even one better. You actually get that 5-day trial with either option. So guys, this is literally because I know Pete and I know Mitch and we're friends. If you go to Hangout Millionaire, you'll pay $197 a month. And it's worth it all day with those results. You've seen it. Generating 1 lead for a medevac at $5,000 commission, it's worth it all day if you get 1 in a year. But you can do real estate, you can do finance, you can do any kind of affiliate linking that you're talking about, ranking page 1 for absolutely anything. So if you just go to the site, you're going to pay $197 a month. If you're going through this link, and you're not going to get the bonuses, if you're going through this link, you pay $297 every 3 months. Okay, so you're literally cutting that in half, or you can pay $19.97 a year and save even more. But either way, you get a 5-day free trial, you get the free lead system, the recorded interview, the Copy Sniper, the resources, the Facebook group, the whole rot, and you get a 5-day free trial as well. So you guys, this is something that's incredibly special, but you need to head there now. Walt.hangoutmillionaire.com. walt.hangoutmillionaire.com. If you just go to Hangout Millionaire, you won't get everything and you'll pay more. So go to walt.hangoutmillionaire.com.
Okay, and this is the first time that we've done the free trial, so to make sure, I want everyone to take the free trial, and then tomorrow at the same time as this Hangout, I'm going to do another Hangout where I'll answer any question so we can enable people to get the benefits from this software as fast as possible. So 24 hours from the date from the start of this webinar, I'll start another Hangout. I'll put it in the Facebook group, so you need to join, and you'll get access to the Facebook group, and then we'll do a Hangout, and I'll sit here for as long as it takes to answer any question that anyone has. I'll have the software operating on my desktop so everyone can see exactly what I'm doing, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Pete, Pete, I'm going to put you on the spot and just ask you if you can put up one of the PDF reports from a previous run. The reason we're doing the 5-day trial, guys, is very, very simple, all right? Because running this, we've seen a lot of the case studies. I've told you about my personal experience, and I've told you about lots of different things you've heard from different people, but we haven't seen the software running itself. You've got a 5-day free trial, okay? So you can go and grab this, get all the benefits, and Pete's going to run another Hangout tomorrow. All right. The reason being is that it's hard to show you on a Hangout the software actually, because it all runs in the background, which is one of the beautiful things about the program. You can set it up, it runs, and you can go about doing your other stuff. Okay. But the thing is here that it's hard to run. I want to give you guys the absolute confidence that you've got an amazing system. With that 5-day trial, you can have videos created, up, ranking, running, Web 2.0 links coming back in. You can see those PDF reports, and you can do all that without the risk. I'm trying to take that away from you. I know my own. I know my own results. Okay, I know the client results. I've spoken to people who have been using the program. I know Alex Mendozian's results. Okay, but you don't know those results. And you can go and get a 5-day free trial, and then you'll see the value of this program. It's massive. So it's walt.hangoutmillionaire.com.
Yeah, and I have to ask this question again in a different way: is how many of you deserve to be rich? How many of you deserve to live the life that you've only imagined? And we've shown you absolute newbies. So who is this for? It's anyone that wants to make money and make a life change. So I want to show a little more proof. This is a man that embraced the system back in June, Ferdinand Mellinger. He was able to dominate 10 different spots. He made over 140K. He's an SEO professional out of San Diego, California. So he was able to do this, and he, literally make a video, load it, and press it, and go on, and bam, he made 140K. He built. So incredible. Stephen Henby, for 2 hours, he was ranked second place, page 1. Within 2 hours, he blocked out his niche. Obviously, he doesn't want competition, someone to go head-to-head with him with this, but there are endless niches. Don't worry about that. That's small thinking. Think big. Think of how you can win. His jaw dropped. So, again, this is where you need to click. Do it now, walt.hangoutmillionaire.com, and start putting this solution into action. You get all these benefits plus the $1,000 bonus that Walt threw in on the call that you can add in to start making money. Folks, you got to get in on this. It's just that simple. It's a no-brainer. This is a free trial. We have never done this. I asked Pete about this in the beginning. He says, no way, mate. I've got too much time, and I've got hundreds of thousands of dollars in development completing this system. I can't give it away for free. Well, I wasn't able to convince him. Walt was. Walt's a big bloke and was able to twist his arm and sing the Aussie anthem and convinced him. Okay?
It's something in Australia that we call mateship, right? I've known Pete for a long time. We've been friends, and since we started working with Hangout Millionaire, we've become closer friends. I've seen the people that got in on the first round have amazing success. I've used the program myself with amazing success. I've given the program to my VA, and I literally just have simple instructions with her. So I can I run my simple instructions are simply run it with these keywords on a weekly basis per site. And the fact of the matter is that I said to Pete, we need to get more people using this program, because I know for a fact that Hangouts rank. With RunClick as our software, we've been able to have amazing results from people running webinars and getting them ranked for great phrases. But I know that the marketing element of Hangouts themselves and YouTube Live is just so huge. People are scared of getting on camera, Mitch, as you know. But the Hangout Millionaire system doesn't need that. It goes and gathers the images, it puts together the descriptions. As you've seen, you can use existing video, or you can add images from the web. It compiles those videos and gets them up, gets them ranked, gets the social links going on, gets those link wheels happening on social web 2.0 properties which are ranked highly, and it does all that. But we need to get more people using it so that they can experience. That's the reason why I've been able to convince Pete to run this as a free trial.
I mean, it's a no-brainer. You get a free trial. You get to see this for yourself. If you don't want to, you just discontinue. It's just that simple. Those people, yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. But of those that want to take action and know that this is for you, you click on the link, walt.hangoutmillionaire, regardless. Whether you want to pay today or pay later, that's up to you. But invest in you now. And do it now because it is free. This is the only time this gets offered. We're not offering this to anybody else. Walt was able to do this mateship thing because they're both Australians and they ride kangaroos for a hobby. Okay? But this is, yeah. So click on the link and do it now. I mean, I want to show you more proof. For those of you that are still on the fence for a free offer, well, fine. I'm going to show you more proof. This man, Keith Jr., was able, within 3 weeks of running Hangout, he was able to rank on positions page 1 and 2 for several product name long-tail keywords. Why is this valuable? Buying keywords. They're selling product. People are looking to buy something. They're not investigating, they're buying. And he was able to monetize this. This is where you need to click. Do it now. Michael Murray, let's show some more proof. June 11th. Incredible and awesome, he called it. A total of 34 keyword-to-city combinations. He does local marketing. So let's say Los Angeles dentist, Anaheim dentist, Beverly Hills dentist, New York City dentist. All of those he was able to rank for using the inside system that's geo-specific, which is all you copy-paste. And he did it all within an average of 6 hours. And he's so impressed and stunned that he's beginning to believe that he can dominate any keyword-to-city combination within 1 day. That's valuable. So who is this for? Anyone with a niche business, new people to online marketing, novice to advanced marketers of all levels, mature business owners, and new business owners. Walt.hangoutmillionaire.com. So I want to liken this to one of the most successful people out there are the ones that have read and embraced the principles behind Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And now this was a book that came about at the turn of the century. Andrew Carnegie charged Napoleon Hill with the task of interviewing the traits of successful millionaires at the time. And today those are the traits of the millionaires and the billionaires. Nothing has changed. But here's what he found. The conclusions of interviewing all these folks: action takers are the millionaires. Plain and simple. There are other character traits, but the number one overriding, heavily weighted differentiator is action takers are the millionaires. And they use focus, they find the solution, and they shoot and go for that target. So don't be left behind. Get on the bullet train with us. It is a free solution today. It doesn't get any better than this. So I'm inviting you to get off the fence. Do you want to sit on the fence and smoke with your mates, your buddies, and have, something splinters in your butt? Or do you want to get off the fence and jump on the gold brick road with us? Skip on it. It's gold, and you feel gold a lot better than you do yellow. Gold is where you are. Yellow is fear. Get out of the fear. Jump into the gold. Start embracing wealth. Now I want to talk about the cost of inaction. This is a phrase from my buddy Alex Mendozian. What does it cost you for not taking action? For those of you that sit on the fence, sit in fear, you have your head up your bum. That's what happens. You get nowhere. You get your head stuck up your arse and do nothing. Nothing. You get stuck there. And guess what? The view isn't pretty. It's downright shitty, if you ask me. So return on investment is what we're after. And the Happy Buddha advises this. Because if you want to have peace, security, tranquility, wealth, you use the Buddha's teachings. And think of Hangout Millionaire, as I mentioned earlier, as the digital bazooka. If a squirrel can use it with precision, so can you. So here's the solution. walt.hangoutmillionaire.com. Click on it. It's free. Walt threw in the additional bonus valued at $1,000 of his lead gen software. This is a no-brainer, and this is for the people that are the action takers. So again, don't be left behind. We are in the first class cabin of the bullet train. If you want to sit on a horse and buggy or a clunky old Ford Pinto, then go ahead and do what you're doing before. The action yesterday.
Incredible offer, like, you know, the last time we introduced this to people, we didn't have a 5-day trial, and something like 100 and something people jumped on it on the offer. It was incredible, and this is just purely because of the reality of this is that we want you to try it. We want you to jump and try it. Craig, you've mentioned we're going a bit too far. Yeah, you know the answer to that, mate, is because we believe in it. It's absolutely because we believe in it. The truth of this software, I've watched it work. I've seen it. I've got it running. My VA's got it running, and we just want people to try it because it works, because it can get results, and it's a free offer. So jump in and have a look at, again, Craig, have a look at Peter Drew's reputation online. Have a look at the reviews and jump in on a free offer. It makes sense.
Yeah, and I look at this as I again focus on the metaphor of the gold. This isn't yellow, this is gold. And you've got a happy cow here pooping out cougar ants. Because it's just that simple. You feed the grass to the cow, you put in the Web 2.0 properties, the right keywords, and what's the output? Gold cougar ants. Come out the bum of a cow. You have cows in Australia, we've got them in the UK, we've got them in America, we've got them in Canada. Get with the cow. Walt.hangoutmillionaire.com. We want to see you on the Gold Brick Road, so this is your result. And it's a free offer today, folks. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Milk
So,
the cow.
The reality is just come and give it a try. As I said, I've used it. I believe in it. Have you heard of Google, Panda, Penguin, all that kind of stuff? Have you? And you know that people's site rankings just dropped, okay? But do you know that there's never been a YouTube slap? There's never been a Hangout slap. Why? Because they're Google's own properties. And as we talked about with Angela's results, this is the opportunity to leverage those properties. So Mitch is passionate, as you can hear. The fact of the matter is that you can come and give this a try. It's walt.hangoutmillionaire.com. You get a 5-day trial. What can you do in that 5 days? You can use the software to its fullest extent. If you've already got Web 2.0 properties set up, you can do it. You can ask the guys to set those up for you. You can. I actually. The guys do an amazing job with the setup. They make sure it's done right. They make sure all the accounts are verified. I got my VA to set up a bunch of accounts, but not everybody has a VA. But you know, for $50 or something like that, you can go and get a whole bunch of these Web 2.0 properties set up within that 5 days, and you can run it out and give it a try. You know, give it a try, because as I said personally, I've seen it working. I've experienced it working. I've watched it work for heaps of people, and I want you guys to try it, which is why we're making it available as a free offer.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a no-brainer. This is the one-of-a-kind webinar that we've done. This isn't being offered again. We did this for Walt, and this was not offered in the first exposure that we had to your group several months back when we showed this. And we've got probably people that were on that call that didn't take action then. Well, your lucky day is in front of you. It's here, and it's here now. So click on the link. Do it now. Don't delay. This isn't available next week. It's available now. Do it now. And I am passionate because I want to see the results. I want to be able to do an interview with you, hang out with you on a Hangout, so you can then go and optimize and make the money that you deserve. All you got to do is take action.
Actually, just on that. Sorry, just on that point about Web 2 properties, I supply the documentation in PDF form and video tutorials to set up the Web 2 properties yourself, 100% free. But for people who don't have the time to do that, we also supply a service where we've got professionals who make them for you within 24 hours. And then if you're setting up a project for a new client, you get my team to set it up, and you mark up that price 200%, 300%, 400% and charge it to your clients, of course. So you can do it all the setup 100% for free. Though I've also supplied a service there for which a lot of people take up that offer on.
Yeah, it's
and
faster.
that's just purely as a time saving. That's just purely as a time saving. So I think, guys, you know, the point being that this is something that I really believe in, because, as I said, I've seen the results, and people can jump on and give it a try. go and jump in and see the Facebook group and see the interactions there and hear the feedback from the people. Go and create some runs of some videos and see how they work. If you're not getting on page 1 on the first day, guess what? You own the software. You can run it again. You can run it again. Change the keywords. Run it again. Change the keywords. Run it again. Once you're involved with the program, you can create unlimited content that can be published, and the system does it all for you. Pete, I'm not sure if you managed to get a screenshot of one of the PDF reports. I'll give you a second, but the report that comes out lists all of the links. So basically publishes the Hangouts. So it creates a Hangout from either existing video content or from images on the web, collates it together, publishes it out on a massive spread, produces an incredible PDF report with all the links. Now, just as a pro tip, you know what? You can upload that PDF to document sharing sites and get even more backlinks, because you can share the PDF, which has a link to the links. So just pro tip, you can drop those PDFs into document sharing sites. But the system spits out this amazing report of all the sites that it's uploaded and all the links back. It just works, guys. You know, honestly, we've made it available as a free trial. Give it a run.
Yep. And I think, are there any more questions online?
No, I don't. I think we've covered them off. Pete's been answering people as they come through.
Okay.
Again, guys, walt.hangoutmillionaire.com is where you get the offer. You get all of the free bonuses, and you get this amazing software. I started this whole process by asking, is it a miracle? No, it's just really good software. As I said, I've been using the software for months. It's not something new, but it's something that's working. You're not a guinea pig. It's not a trial. It's working, and it's working well. No, it's not a miracle. It's just really good software.
Well, I think we've covered our bases, and it's just now the action takers who want to be able to get in for free, which is the best price on the planet.
Yep, it's a free 5-day trial, and then it's 50% of the normal fee, and it includes the bonuses. So, you know, the fact of the matter is, people say, oh, it's a recurring monthly fee, or it's every 3 months for $297. So it's $100 a month basically. And one of the good things is, you know, that as long as the $100 a month, you've got an updated program. That's what you're paying for. Is you're paying for to make sure that the system's continuing to be updated, etc. But for the world, anybody that comes to Hangout Millionaire, they're paying $200 a month. You guys are paying $300 every 3 months. So the value of it's massive, and that's literally just as a special offer. You can also choose an annual option if you want to save even more, but most of all, you get that free 5-day trial. So you can basically go and try this out, get all the bonuses, jump involved, give the program a run, and see what it does for yourself. And I think that's the key.
I agree. So I think we've covered it. Well, Walt, thank you for having us. It's been a real pleasure.
Thanks for the offer. I know that it costs money to run free trials and that kind of stuff, and I appreciate the fact that you're doing this for my people. Give them a go so that they can literally see how it works and be as impressed with it as I am.
Great.
Thanks, Walt. Thanks, Mitch.
Okay.
All right, guys. So walt.hangoutmillionaire.com. I'll finish off there, guys. What we've just gone through is a whole bunch of proof. Okay, we've seen people. I literally, as I said, I've seen my own results. We've got 100 people that have used this program before. We've got a fully interactive Facebook group where the people can jump in and talk about what's happening and how it works and improvements they want to see in the software. What we haven't shown you is the software itself. That's why we're making this available as a free trial. Go and grab it. The value of it is massive. As I said, people are jumping on this program at the full $197 a month. You get a chance to do that at $297 every 3 months, and you can actually jump right in and give that a trial right now for free. So we're doing everything we can to mitigate that risk for you, really literally because of good connections and belief in the system. So I hope that's cool. I want to publicly say thanks to Mitch and to Pete for jumping on the call and going through the case studies there. As I said, we didn't get a chance to see the software itself, which is why we're giving you the 5-day trial. So go to walt.hangoutmillionaire.com, give it a run, and you'll see the results for yourselves, guys. We'll stay on and answer any questions just for a few moments, but I really want to say thanks, and I appreciate you being here.